Thank you very much for inviting me to join you today. For more than a century, the Anti-Defamation League has been at the forefront of fighting anti-Semitism and securing justice and fair treatment to all. No one should have to live in fear of being attacked or harassed because of who they are, where they are from, what they look like, whom they love, or how they worship. At the Justice Department, investigating and prosecuting hate crimes is a top priority that is deeply rooted in the department's founding purpose. The Justice Department was founded in the aftermath of the Civil War to secure the civil rights promised by the 13th, 14th, and 15th Amendments to the Constitution. While much has changed over the 151 years since the department's founding, our vigilance against hate crime and hate-based violence and domestic terrorism is as critical as it ever was. That is why I would like to express my gratitude for the strong support you have given our leadership here at the Justice Department. Last week, both Deputy Attorney General Lisa Monaco and our Associate Attorney General Vanita Gupta were officially sworn in and have begun work. They are already making a difference. I am hopeful that Kristen Clark, our nominee to lead the Civil Rights Division, will be confirmed soon. Kristen's deep experience combating hate, including hate and extremism online, will be a vital asset to the department and to the country. That is particularly so at a moment when we increasingly see hate online turn into physical violence and domestic extremism. Just last month, the FBI director testified that racially or ethnically motivated domestic violent extremists, specifically those who advocate for white supremacy, are the top domestic terror threat that we face. Although over 48% of hate crimes target African Americans, the COVID-19 pandemic has created a new wave of hate. Since this pandemic began, we have seen a steady and deeply alarming rise in bias-motivated attacks and harassment on our Asian American and Pacific Islander community. And we are mindful that an increase in hate and bias-related violence is often accompanied by an increase in multiple forms of discrimination. Enforcement of both federal hate crime and anti-discrimination laws is a top priority of the Justice Department. One of the first actions I took as Attorney General was to organize an expedited whole-of-department review to determine how the department can deploy all the resources at its disposal to combat hate. We know that enforcement alone will not eradicate hate or heal the deep wounds it creates. That is why we are equally committed to assisting communities across the country combat hate crimes through community services and grant programs, from improving data collection and incident reporting to providing resources in languages other than English. Last week, I went to Oklahoma City to commemorate the horror caused by the bombing of the Federal Building on April 19, 1995. I also went to Tulsa, where it is almost exactly 100 years since the Black Wall Street race massacre in the Greenwood area. The people of Oklahoma City and Greenwood, like those of Pittsburgh after the massacre at the Tree of Life Synagogue, or those of El Paso after the attack on the Walmart there, recognize that standing together is essential to defeating hatred. We must all stand together for the safety of our communities and for the good of our country. The Justice Department will do its part to prevent hate crimes and bias-related incidents and minimize the destructive effects that hate has on our society. I know that ADL will continue doing its part, tirelessly working towards that same goal. Thank you very much.